Hey guys, welcome back. It's Juliet. I got the new Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde eyeshadow palette and decided to play with it a little, so I hope you all like it. Those eye bags, I know, right? What the f? I don't even know what happened, but I'm trying to get rid of them. Eye bags on eye bags. Anyways, gotta cover them up. As always, I'm using this color corrector to neutralize the darkness before I start my foundation. This is my favorite one because this stuff doesn't move at all. And also, it's the right tone, not too orangey and not too light. After that, I'm just putting on my Born This Way foundation. It's a lightweight foundation, in my opinion, for all seasons. Now it's time for concealer. I've been using the ColourPop concealer a lot. It actually glides on so smooth, it feels a lot like those concealers are on the higher end, and it also has a good amount of coverage too. I like to highlight my forehead, my nose bridge, and my chin a little, just to lift the higher points of my face up to make myself look more chiseled. Before my concealer dries down and settles into my creases, I quickly pat on a thin layer of powder to set my under eyes to make sure they are smooth all day. Because I tend to have a lot of facial expressions while I talk, I need to make sure I also powder my chin and my forehead. Before I powder my nose, I always take a big breath in so I don't breathe in all the powders. I put a lot of powder on my nose because I don't want it to move when I contour my nose with powder later. To give my face a little warmth, I'm using the Becca bronzer, like always, to warm up my forehead. I try not to bring that much into the center of my forehead because I have a smaller forehead, so if I bronze too much, my forehead will be even shorter. Then I also warmed up the sides of my face too. To the brows, I always brush them out first since there could be some foundation in it. Then I just simply fill in all the gaps I have without really changing the shape. I use a lighter hand towards the front part of my eyebrows since I like the feathered, natural look. And it's finally time to play with the new eyeshadow. The palette is super pretty, just looking at it makes me so happy already. I first used a light pinkish peachy shade as a base. This eyeshadow doesn't really have a lot of fallout and it's super pigmented. Next, I'm going to apply the shade Crash all over my crease. Now to darken the crease, I'm going to use the shade Hot Mess. I'm going to sculpt a cat eye shape out as well as darkening my crease to give my eyes more definition. I have hooded eyes, so when I blend my crease colors, I try to blend upwards. If I blend downwards, once I blink, nobody will be able to see anything. Now to the blue shimmery glittery shade. This is the shade Mercury and I think it's the most eye-catching shade in the palette. I didn't get the recommended brushes because I wanted to use what I have and not spend that much money on a palette. So I ended up using a small flat brush to apply this color on my eyelids. It turned out really well actually. The color went on super well and the color payoff is great. I then used the shade Ultraviolet, a shimmery purple shade on the end of my crease, just so I could blend it into the purple better. I'm using the same brush that I used for a Hot Mess to blend out Ultraviolet and darken my crease. For the bottom lash line, I'm using the shade Karma. I use a patting motion first just so I can avoid getting the eyeshadow powder into my eyes and contaminate my contact lenses. Then I added the shade Frazzled on the outer corners of my bottom lash line just to darken it and give it a little shimmer. I'm just drawing a simple wing. I normally don't really line the center and the front part of my eyes. Since I have hooded eyes, for me, when I line the center and the front, it kind of closes up the space between my lash line and my crease, therefore having less lid space when I blink. To maximize my eyelid space, I just leave it and draw a wing on the outer corners. Before I put on my fake lashes, I always curl them, and I put on some waterproof mascara just to make sure my eyelashes stay curled all day. This time I'm using a thinner and more natural looking pair of lashes, since I don't want to cover up the eyeshadow. I want the blue to be my main focus. I still mess up my lashes 100%, so here's me just freaking screwing them up and trying to fix them. As always, I like to line my inner corners to open up my eyes a little. It is super subtle. After my lash glue dries, I curl my real and fake lashes together so I don't look like I have 2 layers of lashes. Then I apply mascara again to make sure they stay in place. We can't neglect our bottom lashes, so my favorite mascara for bottom lashes is the BADgal Bang Mascara from Benefit. It's lightweight and it really lengthens them. It's contour time and I love contouring my nose. Even though it sometimes ends up being crooked, I just still do it anyways. I make mistakes all the damn time, so I just use a clean powder brush to blend everything out. For blush, I'm just using a berry color to tie it all up. For my lips, I just use this lip velvet. It's kind of like a mousse and it goes on super smooth. But I didn't really like it with this look, so I ended up using the Nudestix Magnetic Matte Lip in Rose, then topped it off with the HourGlass Nude Lipstick. I went back and blended out my nose contour because I thought it looked a bit too intense. I sprayed my face with setting spray and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really like this palette because I think the colors are so fun and the shades are actually pretty pigmented. Please let me know if you guys like my videos so I can improve. I post new videos every week as well, so please like and subscribe and I'll see you guys soon.